Okay, hi, hello. My name is Benjamin Amat, and I already filmed one take of this, but I didn't really like it. My ideas were a bit too scrambled. But I'm here to talk about Wuthering Heights. I watched it a couple days ago by myself, and I have some thoughts because I have some thoughts. I think that I want to make this a series where I just review whatever movie I want to review. Um, so yes. They're easier than doing movie commentaries, I'll tell you that, because movie commentaries are freaking dinky to edit. So, let's talk about Wuthering Heights. Emerald Fennell's Wuthering Heights. Okay, wait. I'm gonna say this now. There are going to be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, get off of this video. Go watch the movie, come back. I don't know. Maybe you won't come back. I don't know. So, anyways, what are my thoughts on Wuthering Heights? I actually gave it a 3 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. And my review was a joke review. I was like, oh my god, I'm about to go into this later. Which I didn't go into it, but it made me go in later, okay. Same night, okay. So, anyways, I gave it 3 stars out of 5. And the reason why I gave 3 stars out of 5 is because I like the movie. I know when people are like, oh, 3 stars on Letterboxd, it either means that you like the movie or you hate it. It's a very middle ground answer, but I think that I do have like a sort of middle ground stance on the movie because I just do. I'll explain why. So let's talk about hmm, you know what? Let's talk about the sex. Let's talk about how freaking erotic the movie is. The the It was very, very, very tasteful. It was delectable. Is it as freaky as Saltburn? Absolutely not. Saltburn had scenes where he was eating her out while she was on her period, and he was like, I'm a vampire. Saltburn had him in the bathtub licking up that cum. This one did not have that. I think that it had a layer, good level of eroticism. It was just very tasteful. There wasn't much like, I don't think there was really any nudity. I think Isabella showed her boob. I don't know. It wasn't like, oh, there was that there was the opening scene where there was, but it wasn't shown. There was just a massive imprint of that hung guy. I, I digress. Anyways, the movie is very erotic, and I love it for that. I personally love erotic movies. I recently watched, I think last month I watched Secretary. Love that movie. So when I watched this movie, I knew that it was going to be very sexy. I knew that it was going to be very sexy. I was a bit scared that it was going to be too in your face. I don't think it was. I think it had a good amount of sexiness to it. Yes, there are freaky parts to it, but those freaky parts I relate to. Okay. Favorite character, Isabel. Okay, Isabel, her raunchiness was crazy. But you know what? I know damn well all of you, and me too, I'm gonna admit this. If I was in Isabella's shoes, I would too. And have. So, anyways, I really like the eroticism of the movie. So that's something that I like about it. I think we should talk about the outfits because love fashion. I think that yes, I understand that it is annoying because of the time period that it is set in. Wuthering Heights is known to be set in a certain time period, but this movie sort of ignores that. Yes, setting wise, uh, culture wise, whatever. Yes, it is all very of that period. But the outfits, for the most part, yes, it does fit that time period, but it also doesn't. There are a lot of outfits and styling choices that are just not of that period. She has crystals on her face. He has a gold earring. I think he has a gold tooth. I guess that is part of the time. Like her dresses are not very of the time. Um, but I actually think that it worked. Is that crazy? I actually think it worked. I think that because yes, okay, Emerald Fennell is doing this thing with her movie where it's like the time period you can tell what it is, but there are styling choices and aesthetic choices that will branch out into a more abstract vision of it. It's more so just like her interpretation of that era with modern things implemented into it, which yes, it works for the most part, I think. I think it actually does work. It works with the tone and the aesthetic that she goes into with this movie. I think that with this movie, her ideas are more, her aesthetic vision, her directing style is more has solidified. I think Saltburn introduced it and this movie solidified it. So I think that her aesthetic vision and our artistic vision and everything like of that department, it's very nice. It is very visually pleasing to watch, and I think that the outfits fit. There is one outfit though that I hated, and it was her like lingerie sexy outfit when she was trying to like when she, I think it was her like honeymoon night with Edgar. Is that his name? Their husband. And it was like this like gift wrapping material, like I didn't like that dress. That one was too out of the loop for me. Everything else, I was like, okay, yes, it works. But that one, I was like, oh my god, get it out. Thank God that it only lasted like a minute, I think, not even. But yeah, that was the only dress that I didn't like. I think all of the other ones I actually very much liked, and there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. I heard from the wonderful, wonderful video essay by um, Modern Girls. They spoke about how apparently, supposedly, I don't know if this is true, I don't remember if they said that this was from somebody, but supposedly this movie is supposed to act sort of like a child playing with her dolls. And it fits because apparently, I remember Fennell said that, like, oh, she's portraying this, she wrote this movie how she saw it when she read it when she was 14. Okay, weird, but but it makes sense with this whole doll idea that if you look at it as if like a girl playing with her dolls, it works. Apparently the doorways were made smaller, the rooms were made a little smaller so that they were huge, like how like people play with dolls. Her outfits match each room as if like a person playing with a doll will change the outfit, put them in that room, change the outfit, put them in the other room. It just feels very dull, and I think that the aesthetic choices that are made for this movie make sense when you view it from that perspective. I actually really liked it more. I liked it more when I heard that. I did. So that's the that's the outfits. I love the aesthetic of the movie. I love all the food. I love the swans. I love the garden. I love the just how fake everything looks. I like how fake the scenery and setting look. Not the house and like the interior design of like everything. I mean, like when you look outside the window and it is foggy, it is misty, it is red, it's blue, it's snowing profusely. I love it. I love it. I like how unrealistic it looks. And I think that it fits with that whole child imagination thing. I don't like saying that because of how raunchy this movie is. I don't know if I would consider this movie camp, but it is camp adjacent, I think. That makes sense? I think it is camp adjacent. I think she wanted to make something that was camp. I don't know if it is entirely camp, but I think that it is camp adjacent with its tone, with its aesthetic. I think that it is camp adjacent. So, yeah, I love the sets. I love the production design. I think that honestly, maybe even next year for the Oscars, it might get nominated for production design because it is actually a very gorgeous movie. There's that one scene, oh my goodness, when Heathcliff leaves and the sky is red when he's on that fucking horse. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I think that it is a gorgeous movie to watch, which is why I would honestly watch it again. That is one of the main reasons why I would watch it again. I love a pretty movie. Sue me, I love a pretty movie. I love a movie with vibrant colors. I love a movie that takes that Technicolor dream back to life. I miss it. I miss it. I'm so sick of these movies being so drab and gray. Bring back color. Okay, bring back those vibrant colors. I miss when movies used to look like that. It was just so beautiful to watch. And I think that companies just sort of don't really care about that. It's not even that you have to film in Technicolor. I don't know if this movie is filmed in Technicolor, probably not, definitely not. But it is color graded to be gorgeous. Gorgeous. I am somebody who will watch a movie if it is badly written. Okay, but if it's gorgeous, I will watch it again just because of how pretty it is. And I think that that movie is gorgeous. Let me say gorgeous one more time. It's gorgeous. Okay? There are a lot of aesthetic choices to it that I just love. The cinematography is great. The color grading is great. The music. I heard a lot of people criticize it also, but I think it is the same thing with the outfits. It doesn't have to be a part of the time. And I think it goes with her creative direction in making this movie that is just so bizarre, really. I think it is a bizarre take on Wuthering Heights. It is a 14-year-old girl's perspective on Wuthering Heights, basically. That's what it is. And when you view it like that, I honestly think it makes more sense. It does. This is, I don't know if this is me defending the movie because there are still things that I want to talk about where I don't like that I don't like. Um, but like these are all the things I do love. I do love all these things about the movie, and I will watch it again. That's why I give it 3 stars because it is a good movie. I think it is actually a good movie. I think the writing of it is great for the first half. Let's use that as a segue to get into the parts that I did not like. I did not like the last half of the movie. I liked the first half up until they started f***ing. When those two, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, start going at it, the writing after that sort of just gets not as polished as the first half. First half, great. Great writing, great storytelling. I think the dialogue is great. I think the dialogue is great throughout the whole movie. But it's just that story-wise, like plot-wise, it just sort of feels rushed. It feels underdeveloped. And I credit Emerald Fennell for jam-packing this book into a movie. Because apparently there were a lot of things that she did not include. I don't know. I didn't read Wuthering Heights, okay? Sue me. But, supposedly that's the case. And if that's the case, okay, yeah, like, I credit you for working with what you got. Okay, you made something. It's just that that last half just didn't really click with me. I didn't really like it. I didn't really love it. I didn't really, como se dice lampito. I didn't really vibe with it. I didn't really vibe with it. Sorry, Emerald Fennell. I didn't really vibe with the last half of the movie. Maybe this is just me because I love Yearning, and once they started like messing around, I was like, yeah, okay, see ya. But I was just like, I don't know. The writing sort of fell flat for that later half of the movie. Okay, that's like one of the big things that I just didn't like about it. I'm trying to think. What did I not like about the movie? Okay. Yes. Okay. I have something to say. I think Emerald Fennell is a great director. Period. Do I think she is a great writer? No. I don't know if I would want to see a movie again of her writing and directing it. I think that I could see a movie with her directing. I think she needs to take some time with some writing classes and then go forth. I love her directing. I love it. But her writing is just not really there for me. Sure, this is coming from friggin' film student, but I think that she has potential to be a good writer. I don't know if she has it yet. I don't know if she has it yet because I think that her directing is great, but writing wise, no. Now, I think this is just like a thing that I don't know if I think other people said this too. I think what would have made this movie successful, which I think it is pretty successful, kind of. A lot of people are talking about it. What I think would have made it even more successful is if she just changed the names and took out the name Wuthering Heights. Change the names to, I don't know, Becca and Tony. I don't freaking know. Change the names to anyone else. Don't use the names from Wuthering Heights, and don't title it Wuthering Heights. Title it like not Wuthering Heights. Title it something else. I think that it's because of that connection that it had. Because the movie is great. If she just took those parts out, people would love it. People would have loved this movie if she was just like, yeah, I actually took inspiration from Wuthering Heights. That's not how she talks. But if she was like, oh yeah, I based this story off of Wuthering Heights, that structure, that whatever. That is fine. If she did that, because Wuthering Heights is a classic novel, it's as if you were to take the story of Dracula, change the characters, do your own little aesthetic magic to it. People would be fine with it if you were like, yeah, I made this movie and it was heavily inspired by Dracula. Yeah, I made this movie and it was heavily inspired by Wuthering Heights. That would have been great. But I think that it's because of this association, this connection that it has to Wuthering Heights, it gives it a worse rep, and it makes you set standards for it, which I set standards for it. Yes, I did not watch, I did not read the book, but like I knew enough about the book to be like, yo, this is not right. I don't think in the book they were freaking, I think I'm gonna die in this house. No, I don't think that was a part of the book. But I think that like it is this association with the book that makes everybody hate it. And rightfully so. If she just changed it and said, yes, this is a movie that is inspired by Wuthering Heights, baby, you got money right there. You got good press right there. Like you got a good review there. Because people would be like, oh my gosh, a movie inspired by Wuthering Heights? I'm so excited. Only to watch a movie that was whitewashed as fuck. Like, Jacob Elordi is not for that character. He is not for that character. Yes, he is. Yes, they are. Oh, Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi, they look great in this movie, and they are so. But are they the right choices? No, no, they're not, because Jacob Elordi is not a person of color, and it pisses me off. That is like the main thing that I am so mad about. Yes, I did not read the book, but like whitewashing is just like, we're still doing that in 2026. We're still doing that. Emerald Fennell, we're still doing that. Your movies are supposed to be like, oh, she's a white woman. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I think that like, that's what I think. And maybe she would disagree with this. I don't know. I don't know. Dame Ashley does not give a damn about some film student in lamb ears talking about her movie. But that's what I think. That's what I do think. If it was titled anything else, people would love this movie. It's just because of that association. But overall, I think that the movie is great. I think that everyone, I think you should go give it a watch. I think it is a very fun movie. You just have to not take it seriously. I think that's the main thing. Don't take it too seriously. I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it should deserve as much hate it's getting. Yes, for the whitewashing. But as a movie alone, I think that it is a great movie. I think that it's good. I like Emerald Fennell's creative direction. What the fuck? But yes, those are my thoughts on the movie Wuthering Heights. I don't know what else to say. I'm excited to see what else Emerald Fennell brings out. I am. I'm excited for her other movies because I think that she has a good direction, and she has specific stories that she wants to tell, and I am excited to see what she brings up next. But it's an okay movie. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. It's alright. I would watch it again. And yeah. Anyways, go watch Wuthering Heights.